Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My draw, Virtual Blue. Blue, I know you're streaming, but welcome, guys. Welcome. Let's go ahead and just get started. We're going to be painting some Legion minis. We're continuing on this infantry, and we're going to see if we can't finish them tonight. Hey, John Lockridge. How you doing? Yeah, doing well, Mydro. It's been a good weekend. So, really nice. How are you guys doing? Let's get this guy in frame here. And, yeah. We're just gonna paint. We're gonna be highlighting this brown. I am using beige gray as a highlight. We're just doing kind of an edge highlight over all this brown cloth. Hey Blue, thanks for the Gungan motorboat, as usual. You're whipped? Yeah, good weekend. It's not over yet. Yeah. Good. Yeah, hopefully everybody has a nice long weekend, right? Got a few updates and announcements about the channel. We'll talk about progress for this streaming goal. Something I want to talk about, but otherwise I just want to chill tonight and get some progress in. This league that I'm in for Star Wars Legion actually starts up this week. And I do not have a fully painted Rebel Force like I was hoping. So. Hey, JD Hetzer, thank you so much for the sub, man. 51 months is wild. That's so crazy. I appreciate it. I really do, JD Hetzer, and I hope that you are having a wonderful time. Hope you're having a great late spring, early summer, I hope. Ranger Will, happy Sunday. Yeah. Bless you as well, sir. Yeah, and everything's going really well. Yeah, we're having a great weekend, having a great day. Weirdly productive weekend. I don't know about weirdly, like sometimes we have productive weekends, but yeah, today spent a good portion of today and just finished a whole bunch of house projects that had been kind of building up in the background, you know, a bunch of little things. So, is a thank you greater than the Gungans? Yeah. Boss Nass is great. Voiced by the wonderful Brian Blessed, actually. So, if you have to know. Yeah, and man, just crazy stuff. It was a really good weekend. We, the family went and saw The Mandalorian and Grogu on Friday. And it was my son's first Star Wars movie in theaters. So, you know, momentous occasion, right? And, you know, I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I thought it was a good movie. It was essentially like half a season of The Mandalorian crammed into a movie with like higher production values. That's kind of what I got from it. Pretty small story overall. You know, it's an adventure with them, and like it's great. Painting son is 9 years old. 9, going on 30. Sometimes he complains about how he's getting old and body doesn't work like it used to and everything, and yep. It's the episode with my dad for the midnight showing. Oh, nice. Yep. I remember seeing episode 1 with my dad and brothers. I was 9 years old, and that was the first Star Wars I saw in theaters. Back hurts. Awesome too much. Yeah, don't get started. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's how he acts, man. Oh, gas. Gas costs too much, yeah. I mean, even he can see that. Jeez. Yeah, we saw The Mandalorian and Grogu. What's up, Frankie Fingers? Seriously though, like I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was worth the theater viewing, but I don't think it's not a movie where I'm like, man, you should really go to the theater to see this movie. It'll be fine if you stream it. You know, when it comes to streaming or whatever, I don't see any issue. You're not ruining your viewing experience. Yeah, some cool like new characters in there. It wasn't quite as I don't know. There's a lot of like little small world elements, but it's not quite as egregious as I feel like The Mandalorian has been through its past like season or two. But Grogu is amazing in the movie, so there's actually some stuff for him to do, which was really nice, and I really liked that. It was good. The special editions was your first in-theater experience. Nice. We had the special edition on VHS, the trilogy. I remember my dad buying them and just sitting down and watching them. Good times. Tell us about kids these days? Oh, don't get me started. Yeah, we saw that on Friday. Saturday, my oldest brother came over. He helped me do a little bit of housework project on the house, and he brought my nieces over, so my son had someone to play with. And they were all playing, and then they conspired. And I don't know why I didn't see this conspiring happening, because they do it literally every time they're together, which is my brother's getting ready to go. He's like, yeah, we'll leave in a few minutes, and then all the kids are like, you know, can the painting son stay the night at our house? So yeah, so he ended up going home with them and spent the night with his cousins. We're like his best friends, so impromptu overnight. We're not people who usually do things impromptu here, but hope they're still making Star Wars movies when my son's old enough for movie theaters. Yeah, I hope so too. So fun story, Band of Goblins. Also, hey Fulton. So, there was a time a long time ago, it was years ago. Well, I hate mowing the lawn. I hate working on my lawn. I absolutely despise it. It's one of my most hated chores. Well, a couple years ago, I was out doing something. I don't remember what I was busy on something. I can't remember what it was. Well, I get home. My wife's like, I have good news and bad news. She's like, good news, there are some kids walking around the neighborhood offering to mow grass for pretty cheap. And so I figured, man, you hate mowing the lawn. Like, this would be a really nice kind of, you know, thing to come home to with the grass already mowed. You know how to do it. And it's like, oh yeah, that's nice. And she's like, the bad news is, first of all, they did a terrible job. They had like missed spots and just absolutely atrocious job. And the second thing was they used our mower. They didn't have a mower, they were offering to mow grass without a mower. I don't understand what the whole thing was, but they broke our mower. And so, what turned into a making me, well, we do have a push mower. That's the thing. Yeah. We have a, I don't know if I would call it nice, but it's a Toro, which is a very nice brand of lawnmower. And, you know, they kind of like last forever if you treat them right and this whole thing. Well, they broke a couple, like, man, there's a, on the handle of it, there's like an off switch basically. And they broke it. They broke it right off the handle. And they broke something else too. I can't. Oh, they broke the pull cord start. Was like in a guide, and they broke the guide right off the handles of the mower, which is crazy. So like no, like it wasn't like a, you know, the mower still functions and I still have it and everything. But man, the fact that they're like, yeah, we'll mow your grass for money, and then, oh, we need to use your mower, and then they proceed to not know how to use the mower. Just like I'm tired of kids offering to do stuff, to do work, because apparently the neighborhood kids do a terrible job. So I don't need to mow my lawn in under 5 minutes. Like, that'd be cool, but those things are pricey. Yeah, I have like a 1/4 acre. I don't need a 0 turn. I bet they're fun. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Well, yeah. So anyway, painting Sun got an impromptu overnight with his cousins, which was fun, and I got a quiet evening at home, which was nice. Working on trying to finish some TV shows my wife and I were watching. Yeah, we enjoyed that, and then today we went and picked the kid up, and then a bunch of house projects. So worked on the light fixture that was giving us issues, and put up a piece of trim that had been needing to go up for years at this point. Yeah, it has rained nonstop all weekend. Yeah, it's rained nonstop all weekend here. I actually do need to mow the lawn, and I'm looking forward to it more than I ever have, just because we compost the grass now. But can't. Open to tomorrow, but now it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow here, so I don't know. First store earlier? Done flash flooding on the roads. Wow, okay. Yeah, we had some flood watches past couple days, but I haven't seen anything too crazy. I feel like everything's just oversaturated though, so it's definitely going to end up being a problem soon, especially if it keeps raining. Yeah, roads at the bottom of the valleys. Yeah, especially like those country roads and stuff. Yeah. Your area isn't quite as flat as the rest of Ohio. So, yeah, it was Good time. Painting Sun is officially on summer break, which means this coming week is going to be a bit different from our usual schedule. Let's see. Let's get into this week here real quick. So, Painting Sun's home with me. He wants to stream with me. So he's gonna hang out with me a couple days on stream. And he might be in and out. I don't know. But he wants to hang out on stream, so we're gonna have some Painting Sun streams this week at kind of our normal time. One of the days, and I believe it's going to be Wednesday, we're gonna do a little Dad and Son Day, and I am not going to stream, and I'm just gonna hang out with him for the day. My wife is still in school for her school year, but my son is out, so we're gonna take a little bit of time just to spend some time together. So we're doing that. I'll post that up tonight or tomorrow, just so we have it in writing. That's kind of the plan. I don't know if he's gonna be painting with me or what he's gonna be doing, but we'll figure it out. And he's got his first minis coming in less than a month at this point. The new Mandalorians come out for Star Wars Legion. He's definitely going to have his painting work cut out for him. Yes, Mrs. Teach, I am painting off minis. How are you doing? That's the painting wife, guys. You didn't know. She's here. She's alive. She's not asleep. This league is supposed to start this week, and I don't even have my army painted. Barely. Yeah. I was making pretty decent progress, but I haven't painted all weekend though. Mrs. Drawley says hi. Hello, Mrs. Drawley. Or Mrs. Drawl. Yeah, I have my work cut out with these minis. Trying to get them done before I get an actual game, but I'm hoping I get enough done to at least play a full list my first game, and then I have a little bit of wiggle room to paint up some more stuff, but we'll see. Who knows? The nice thing about these particular Rebel Troopers is I can split them up into multiple squads. Because their base squad size is just 5 minis, but I have 22 minis here. They just give you extras if you decide to make I think they call it a super squad in the game. You basically double the mini count for the squad. Probably get a little better use out of them, splitting them up into a bunch of little squads. So we'll see. Keep getting those highlights going. Got 6 down. I did 4 minis on mine. That's 10 down, so I should have, yep, 12 left. 12 more. A little channel update. So we are doing, we're raising money toward these goals, or I guess one specific goal of a weekly live stream game, tabletop game stream. Gotta be a more eloquent way to say that, but raising some money for the equipment I need. It's not, I have some equipment, I just don't have everything. So there's a couple pieces of equipment that I need, but we are at, let's see, at this point, $203.83 raised toward the goal. Piece here.
Stay on target.
Oh, I'm off. You guys don't want to look at the paint pots there? But you wanted to see this nice bottle of Seraphim Sepia. But yeah, so a little over $200 raised so far. And just as a reminder, if you choose to donate or give bits, or gift a sub or subscribe yourself, you can go check out the Hall of Fame channel in Discord. And essentially what that's going to let you do, read the instructions, read the pinned comment, get your instructions, and you can pick out a mini and let me know, and I will name that mini after you. And every time I play a game, when that mini comes onto the field, it has your name. No one can ever take that from you. It'll just be yours. Whether you want to be like a tactical marine in my Thousand Sons army, or if you want to be a skeleton warrior, my Vampire Counts army, be a Necron, or my Gene Stealer cult. It's up to you. You get to name one of the minis. What's up, Big Papa? How you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, that's all yours. That's just how that works. That's the Hall of Fame. Well, Dream, yeah, Painting Family's doing really well. Yeah. Should be summer vacay soon. Yeah, it Painting's son is on summer vacation. His last day of school was Thursday last week. He is already exhausted. Painting Wife has another week and a half. We're just highlighting the brown on these minis, and this guy's gonna take a minute. I have 2 minis with this jacket. Yeah, just these heavy weapon minis here. We'll just get both of them now, get them out of the way. What's up? Yep. Stuck doing admin work for another week? Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, well, she does have her, like, field day with her kids, because she teaches in elementary school, so they do the field day at the end of the year. And the painting son is actually going to school with her on field day, so he's going to hang out with her and help her out with field day, which should be a lot of fun. That's a first for him, going to school with her while students are still there. So that'll be really cool. Yeah. And Painting Son this summer, he's got soccer camp in June, and then in July he's going to space camp, believe it or not. Like, the space camp. So, yeah, so we arranged it. I have family that lives in Huntsville, and the NASA Space Center is in Huntsville, and typically my son and his cousins will go down to stay with my parents for a week or two in the summer. It's a thing my mom does. She calls it Grandma Camp. It's like the highlight of the year for the kids, so they go down and it's just like party for 2 weeks with Grandma and Grandpa, basically. Well, they're getting a little older. You know, my son is the youngest of the group of 4 of them, and he is, he's 9 years old. And my mom had an idea that since they live close to the NASA Space Center, that the kids could all just go to space camp together through the week, and my parents can take them. That can be something they do for, like, some of the time they're down there, for one of the weeks they're down there. So these 4 cousins, who are all like best friends, who all go to different schools. 2 of them are sisters and go to the same school, but they all the others, they're all kind of separated through the year. They're about to be in a somewhat classroom environment together with each other, and they're all close enough in age to where they're all in the same age group for their camp. And it's just a day camp that they're doing, so yeah. But that's a place where I would love to be, like a fly on the wall, and just see how all those kids behave together. Teach astronauts to mine and then teach children to be astronauts. Yes, it would be. You know, if my son wants to be an astronaut when he grows up, that's cool. I don't think it's gonna happen though, because he's already wearing glasses, so kid is he's kind of out as far as being a pilot. Or getting any cool job in like the Navy or Air Force. So Armageddon was wild. I preferred the was it called Deep Impact? It came out at the same time Armageddon did, or within like a couple months, and was essentially the same movie. But it was I think a little more like scientific. Did it have Elijah? You know what, it did. It did, didn't it? He was like the main kid, right? Who like discovered the asteroid or whatever. Was that Elijah Wood? Yep. There's Dante's Peak, and then there's like the other volcano movie. There were two of those that came out like the same time. Yeah, one had Pierce Bronson. Like, it's someone that had the old lady that pushed the boat through, like, the acid water. Volcano, yeah. Celine Dion did the soundtrack for every one of those. Dante's Peak no, Dante did not peak in 5th edition. I have a very distinct memory of Dante in 5th edition, and it's me in a tournament game playing against the Blood Angels player. And I remember he deep striked Dante and 5 Sanguinary Guard. This whole army was a deep strike army. And he failed to blow up a Venom, a Dark Eldar Venom, which is like their smaller transport. And then I shot at him in my turn. I killed 2 Sanguinary Guard, which was enough to cause a panic check. He failed his Leadership 10 check. And then they ran, and my Venom stayed close enough to them that they were not allowed to rally, because there used to be a bubble of like 6 inches. That if you were within 6 inches of an enemy, you couldn't attempt to rally. So then I proceeded to walk them off the board with a 55-point Venom over the next like 2 turns. And it was wonderful. Yep, yeah, just the bouncer escort, yeah. You just say, here you go. You're done, pal. You're out of here. You don't have to go here, but you can't. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yeah. You don't want to walk, you walk them. Yep, that's right. That guy also took Mephiston. And the only reason I remember that he had Mephiston, I don't remember what Mephiston did. I remember I won the game, but I don't remember what Mephiston did. But the only reason I remember that he had Mephiston is because he kept calling him Mephiston. And it made me uncomfortable how he was pronouncing Mephiston. Mephiston. This is Mephiston. Mephiston's going here. Mephiston's gonna attack. And like my whole body would just tense up when he would say Mephiston. I did not like that. Nice guy though. Nice guy. He handled Dante walking off the board a lot better than I probably would have, so kudos to him. Angel's Mephiston about Blood Angel's Mephist gone? Yeah. No, that's the exact words I used back in 2011 when I played that guy. I also remember that same tournament. I went undefeated. Super proud of my 3-round 40k tournament back in 2011. But Killa Cam was with me at that tournament. And that was his first ever 40k tournament. I remember that. And I also remember how he could not, like, I had my list planned out and made like weeks in advance. And I was playing using that list and, you know, working on making it work and, you know, ironing out the kinks, all that stuff. We are driving to the tournament together. He's like, man, I don't know what I should take on my list. It's so, he just brought his whole like collection of minis for his army, which was also Blood Angels, and yeah, and he's like, I don't know what to bring. And so we talked about it on the way there, and he figured out his list. And then he goes, wins all 3 of his games, and ends up winning the tournament because he had a better strength of schedule than I did. This was also well before there were any real like tournament organizing like software out there or anything, so it was, you know, 3 random paired matches and then we tally up the results. You can't get a W in Football Manager. Oh, no. Yeah, it was really funny too. It was also, another funny thing about it was he won so hard in his games and was so far ahead in his matches at this hobby event tournament that he won the whole tournament, the whole event, best overall, without a fully painted army at a hobby tournament. It's so funny just how thoroughly he crushed all of his opponents. I do remember one of his, I don't remember who else he played against, but I remember one of his games, because this guy had a gorgeous army, was I don't remember what chapter it was, but he played against the Space Marine army, and his opponent painted his Marines with it was the chapter, their color scheme is bright yellow and purple with a quartered pattern. So they were quartered yellow and purple, which back in the day, like, painting yellow was wild. Like, you had to be really brave to paint yellow minis. There wasn't like cool contrast paints to paint them or anything. So this guy he played had an entire battle company fit in 2,000 points. He had over 100 Marines on the board. 6 tactical squads, 2 assault squads, 2 devastator squads, and a captain, and maybe something else, but 100 Marines on the board. It was quartered yellow and purple. I can't remember what chapter that is. I know the quartered yellow and red is the Howling Griffins, but his were yellow and purple. So this guy had over 100 Marines on the board. Yeah, it's like LA Lakers. Yeah. And I remember at the start of the game, Cam's like, dude, look at this guy's army. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I was also like, geez, dude, 100 Marines? Like, that's going to take forever to get through. Like, that match sounds like a slog. Gilcam tabled the dude in like 3 turns. I don't know how. He had like 2 Land Raiders full of Death Company and just slaughtered everything. So I won all 3 of my games. I was super proud about it. Then I ended up not even winning the tournament. I'm just highlighting this brown color. I think I'm just doing a single step of highlights on these minis. I'm feeling like I really need to. I can go back and do another stage later, but we're just trying to get them done. Or 6 left. We'll do the other unit leader here. How's your guys' weekend been? You guys do anything fun? Who has the day off tomorrow? Bring back the Painting Dad book club? No, okay. The sub goal. I considered doing a book club with Patreon, and overall the attitude was like, I don't have time for books. I was like, all right. I was like, that's cool. You, but you have plans. Okay, that's too bad. So the sub goal, I have 3 goals up, and they're all part of the same goal. The sub goal, big goal, and donation goal. The total goal is, oh, you're grilling. Nice. What are you grilling, Frankie? The total goal is raising some money so I can buy some starter equipment to start doing weekly live stream of tabletop games. So I have always wanted to play tabletop games on stream. So we're going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule games with guests and see what games they want to play, and I'll kind of meet people where they are as far as games they want to play, whether that's 40k or old world, Star Wars games, Magic the Gathering, Gundam stuff. I don't know, like any kind of thing like that. 30k. And I'll schedule games out, and then I have a dedicated room. I have a lot of things set up. I got nice acoustic panels set up and everything that I've had. I just need a couple more items. Unfortunately, it's some of the more pricey items that I need, but I need a couple things, and then I can get it set up and start scheduling games with people. So I'm just trying to raise that money. Each of those individual goals, if any of those are met, any of those individual goals are met, then the Painting Wife has to come and stream with me. So that is a Painting Wife stream that happens for each of those goals that are met, those individual goals. So just trying to get a little more incentive for the individual goals. And also, if you participate, donate money, subscribe, give bits, any of those things, I have a Hall of Fame channel in Discord that you can go to. I have a Google Doc with a big list of painted minis, and you basically pick a mini off that list. Please read the rest of the instructions in the pinned message. But you pick a mini, and then I will put your name on that mini. I'll post a picture of it in the channel, and that's the Hall of Fame, and you will forever be that mini. So whenever I play games on stream or anywhere else, and I use those, that squad or that mini or whatever that is you. You're with me, you're in the game. For all to see. Are you making ribs tomorrow? Nice. I made ribs last week. Yeah, it was last week. Garden maintenance, got tomatoes and peppers in the ground last weekend. Very nice. It has rained so much. I'm honestly wondering if our plants are going to end up waterlogged. It's been non-stop rain for like 5 days. It's crazy. Zucchini, man, I love zucchini. It's so good, especially grilled. Yeah, grilled zucchini. I don't think I've ever had a hot link. That's cool. We're gonna do bratwurst this week. Yeah, we're growing zucchini and we have cucumbers. And I don't care for cucumbers that much, but I do really like zucchini, so hoping the zucchini come in. The green beans are going crazy. We're gonna have so many green beans. But yeah, that's our goal though. I'm trying to get the live stream. Terrible time with cucumbers. That's too bad. Ours are kind of middling. I don't know. This is our first year doing legitimate garden, so compared to green beans, the cucumbers are doing terrible. But who knows? Who knows at this point? Youngest loves them. Yeah. Those are like the one new vegetable my son is like, I'll try green beans. He has always hated green beans since he was a baby. So, we'll see. Freezing. Oh, okay. Blanch them and then freeze them. Alright. Noted. Yeah, between green beans and zucchini, like I'm happy eating those two every night for with dinner or whatever. More than happy. Yeah, bake them. I like to air fry or grill green beans. You can do that same mix. You toss them on the grill, you get a little bit of char on them. It's really nice. But I also like to grill all of my vegetables, basically. Except potatoes. Potatoes don't grill particularly well. Or at least they're not as good as you can get them other ways. Bake them in the oven, though. I mean... we eat so many vegetables. We go through so much produce every week. It's crazy. It's really, it's a good habit, right? I go to the grocery store and I will go to the grocery store during like the early afternoon on a weekday. And it's just a bunch of old people in the grocery store. And sometimes I see Killicam in the grocery store. So it's like us and a bunch of old people. Old people like to comment on my shopping cart, whether they're the cashier who's working or they're the person behind me in line. And, one lady said it looked like I was robbing the produce section. Or some leafy greens. Yeah. Leafy greens are definitely something we want to try, but we did not try this year. We are trying carrots, but we have no idea what we're doing. We got this cool like a rainbow variety, but there's 3 variety of carrots, and the seeds were in paper, like strips of paper that you just put down a row of seeds. Like a row of paper, and it plants them like at the right separation and stuff, which is pretty cool. We'll see. You chaos sow your lettuce? What is that? Mention. So you eat him in the bed? Give him a drink? Oh, okay. Weird. Does that work? More. Knew this color would take a bit. Kind of everywhere. Lettuce is pretty shallow rooted, so peppers and carrots, onions don't seem to mind. So you just throw them over the garden in general, and they just grow in between everything else? That's pretty wild, and seems like a great use of space. It's something I'm looking forward to doing with game streams is playing Star Wars Armada. I've spoken for years about how that's my favorite game. Finally bring that to life on stream. Lettuce doesn't like a lot of heat. They get shaded by higher crops, so it's been great. Kids throw seeds everywhere, do with lettuce in their native flower gardens. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, man, I'm pumped to stream Armada. I just have to get there. That's it. I just have to get there. Big Papa, I have an entire like 2 boards worth of Prospero terrain and more on the way. Like, just to play with, like, Horus Heresy, which is, like, something else I want to show off on stream. Yeah, Star Wars Armada would be great. I have 3D terrain for Star Wars Armada. That was classic old stuff. It's pre-painted terrain someone bought and gave me. Oh, I'd love to play some Armada. I have every ship in the game and multiples of every ship, just about every ship in the game, so I can play whatever people request with that game. Dystopian Wars. I know exactly the game you're talking about, and I never played it. No. Played Dystopian Wars. I kind of wish those Armada. Yeah. You're talking about Battlefleet Gothic, the Warhammer version. People still play that. You can just 3D print minis for that game. And there's still plenty of rules around for Battlefleet Gothic. Battlefleet Gothic and Star Wars Armada are 2 very different games, though. And while I never played Battlefleet or Gothic, I have watched many battle reports of that game, and it kind of seems a little biased, but I do feel like Armada was the better game. Star Wars the better game. Had a better sense of like big ships and momentum and planning ahead, and there weren't as many like gotchas in that game as like typical, like Games Workshop games tend to have. And I like the dice. I like the dice mechanic. Models out. I don't think I have the willpower right now of Armada, John Lockridge. Dude, okay, John Lockridge. You ever come up to Columbus and you want to stream a game with me? We'll make it happen. Tired or not. In bed. Yeah, no problem, Hydro. No problem. You have a good one, man. Have a great Memorial Day. Hope you at least get some rest. I hope, whatever plans you have, it's still more restful than going to work. Got tanks to build? Nice. What kind of tanks you building? Oh man. Did you guys see how Middle-earth SPG got snubbed today? You guys see that? Games Workshop has no pre-orders. When Middle-earth has like a really big release they're just sitting on. Oh yeah, your Votann mini's nice. What's that process been? I found the Sagittar, the main body of it, you definitely want some like rubber bands to hold it together while the glue dries. If I remember correctly, that mini had some issues fitting together. The Hecaton was good. I have assembled and painted maybe 4 Hecaton land fortresses, or at least assembled 4. I'm painting a 5th one. Yeah, they're easy to magnetize. Yeah, you are right about that. It's definitely doable and fairly simple. So no, it's a good call. But yeah, rubber bands are going to be your friend with the Sagittar. Yeah, you should probably like starting on the Sagittar, getting to the point where you got to hold the two, like the upper and the lower half of the body together with the rubber bands, and then you just move on to the land fortress while that thing is drying. Seems like the efficient way of going about it. If you're using plastic glue, maybe an hour or 2 might be good. If you're using like the extra thin cement, like the Tamiya, and not something like if you're using something that's very thin, okay, what I would recommend you do, you get all those joints together, and then maybe rubber band it, and then you take that extra thin and you just put a dab on those seams so it fills in those seams all the way around where it's glued while it's being held together. And that way that glue it'll saturate in there and just melt it extra. Don't do that toward the end, because if you put the cement on like a spot where the glue is curing, it'll just like basically undo all the curing and it'll just like separate. Okay, do a little bit of skin highlighting here. We need different tones of skin, so we're going to try to get highlights on the proper ones. Color may be way too bright. Finish your squad of berserkers, yeah. Joy and the kill teams, nice. You, that's a Sullustan. You just have goggles. Yeah, I wasn't originally planning on playing much 11th edition, but if people come into stream and they want me to play 11th edition on stream, we'll make it happen. I don't have it in the budget to grab an Armageddon box. That's no plans for that, but make whatever happen. I'm gonna go ham on this edition. Okay, nice. Why this edition? What is it that's getting you into it? One thing I didn't care for in this particular box set of Rebels here was they only gave you one alien. Head, and it's just a Sullustan. There's no like Lake heads or Grudens or Zabraks or anything. It'd be cool to have like some different heads on these guys. Yeah, the other sets are really good with different aliens. Rumor the price. Yeah, Ghost Hawks. I posted that in the Discord, the rumor that it's going to be 300. I'm not surprised. 300 seems about right. Got the feeling in your bones. Yeah. Yeah, I have some rebel troops, and they have like a customizable commander mini. And those are all aliens, which is cool. You guys know in Star Wars there's a lore reason why so many aliens look so much like humans? And the lore reason is they're all descendants of humans. In Star Wars lore, the human home planet was Coruscant. And And on Coruscant was the first I guess humans were the first people to figure out hyperspace travel. Yes, humans are the progenitor species. Yeah. So humans were the first to figure out hyperspace travel, apparently by watching Purrgil, who are the space whales that can travel in hyperspace. And so they colonized the galaxy. And then over time, these colonies became, divergent genetics and such, and became the different aliens that you see in Star Wars. I thought that was fascinating. Guys, you. Yeah, I don't think the Rakata lore is canon. Ghost Hawks, I don't know if that is quite true, but it could be. Yeah. Does that make it less weird or more weird? Okay, let's do this color. Mercy of God, second book. The author. Oh, yes. Okay, she has one or two books from that series. I can't remember if she's started watching yet or not, or started reading them or not. Because they have another one or two books coming out soon, don't they? Okay, I have a couple different skin tones here I'm working with. Fan Books Talk, yeah. Hey, Missa, what's going on? If that's what you need to do. Second book came out a month ago. It's real good. Oh, okay. She told me the series was really good and that they have a book coming out soon-ish or within the year or something in that nature. Well, I'll tell you, just I know you're joking, but I'm going to take this serious. I'm going to tell you about these goals and this money. The total amount of money I need to raise is $600. Once we get to about $450, I'm going to purchase everything but a camera for my streaming setup in another room. And what I'm going to do then, Zen actually says he has an older but a nice webcam that he would let me use and try, and we're going to test it with that webcam, and we're going to do a test stream with Patreon. And if that webcam works, then we roll with the webcam until I can eventually upgrade equipment. Yep, it'll be the only paints. I also said, Big Papa, that before I start streaming games, I am going to do a name and like a first name and a face reveal. So my reasoning for the face reveal is, if I'm on camera and like leaning into a camera and like playing games and stuff, even with just a top-down camera, I could just end up showing my face. So I'd rather just like, hey, this is, I'm not always as haggard, and it's not what the back of my head looks like. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna Fox News it, dude. I'm gonna wear the weird mask and just look like a complete weirdo. And the name reveal is because some of the people I plan on inviting and offering, to come game and everything. One is my oldest brother, who I doubt will call me the painting dad. I think that's really lame. Call me dad, son. Well, a nice way of gloating. I doubt that'd go over well. So he'll probably end up calling me by my name anyway during the stream. And his son, my nephew, who is 21, 22 now. He might just be 20. He might still be only 21. But I doubt he's gonna call me TPD also. So I figured I'd just get ahead of it. But face and name reveal when we raise the money and we're able to start streaming. That's the plan. Yeah. Just make him call me TPD. Bitspool on what your name is? Sure, you can. Yeah. Wikipedia. Veronians got hyperdrive independently before humans? Oh, okay. Oh, well. Maybe. Is that all like still canon, or is that just like, old expanded universe stuff? Well, you know what they, they say, John Lockridge, if you want to hear the right answer to anything, just say it wrong on the internet. Or no faster way of getting the right answer to something than saying it wrong on the internet. So, thank you. The whole Empire isn't canon, but they are. Okay. these guys. This guy's gonna be this color. So this year, bike rides and board games. Or the board games, half the idea might not have been the greatest idea. Why is that? Also, I appreciate your bets of Jason and Thomas. Do I sound like a Jason? Ugh. Juma Mothma gave it the guy for her daughter's wedding. Stolen from Chandrila by the Rakata. Oh, interesting. Okay. You know, I thought I remember someone mentioning the Rakatans. Rakatans? Rakata. I thought I remembered that from something recently. And yeah, I guess it's from Andor. Worth making yourself giggle. Okay, that's fair. If that's what it takes, then money well spent, right? I'm going to try to do a giveaway mini, not this week, it'll have to be next week. But next week's going to be rough. I have, my son has soccer camp, and I need to drive him to it and pick him up. Yeah, my streaming's going to work, but I'll make sure. That'll be like the first priority for streaming. We'll be doing a giveaway. Or from very ancient times up through the Old Republic is kind of quasi-canon. Yeah. Yeah, I remember like the old... my wife and I are actually playing the Old Republic right now. The MMO. We're leveling some characters together just when we get the chance. So we get on like every 2 or 3 weeks or whatever and play for like an hour. But back in the day, I was in the first group on my server to beat the highest level raid boss, the first like raid boss in that game. In the in-game content, so it felt good. And it's funny because the fight was really hard, so it wasn't that it was easy, but the reason we were the first was because that fight was so buggy. It was so horribly buggy, it was such a mess that people couldn't get through it because there were so many bugs that would just stop you from winning one way or another. And we ended up getting it first because we were able to get the perfect storm of bugs that allowed us to actually win instead of just straight up killing us. Like, I remember one of the worst ones was, there was you fight the final boss, he's a Rakatan dude, and you're fighting him in this room, in this giant room that's like a big circle, and then all of a sudden the whole floor falls out from under you, and when you're standing on a certain part, it kind of falls down in tiers, like around the room. So you'll fall down a platform, and then another platform falls slightly lower, and you go, and everybody jumps on that platform, and the next one falls, and you jump on that one, and you go down to the bottom level, and you do like it's like phase 3 of the fight or whatever. And I remember those platforms weren't always solid, and you couldn't jump, like you couldn't pass one of the platforms. So what would happen is you would jump to the next platform, and everybody would just fall through the ground and fall all the way down and die. And that was your fight, just because it was bugged. And it didn't always happen, but there were maybe 7 or 8 platforms, and all of them had a chance of just not existing in like a physical sense. And it was super funny when that happened, but also incredibly frustrating when you're 4 hours in on a raid and you're like trying to kill this dude, and you're doing really well and the bug gets you. Yeah, we were the first in our server to beat him on the hard mode, and there was a 1 in 100 drop. It was like a 1% drop for a car, like a speeder. There's this giant like speeder car, and it dropped for us, and I got it. And dude, I was so annoying with that thing. I would ride around like the fleet, like the main like gathering point, and just sit in places where people couldn't click what they needed to click because my car was so big it would just take up all the space. It was great. I do stuff like that. Okay, these lovely Solistans here. You're cooked? Yeah, no problem, John Lockridge. You have a good one. Dummy amounts of Fire's Breath Pipeweed in the LOTR MMO. I played that MMO. Any World Cup games scheduled near you guys? I have no idea, Big Papa. No idea. I don't follow the World Cup. See ya, man. Have a good day. Hopefully you're off work and everything's chill for your Memorial Day. Zul'Gurub. Oh man, okay, Zul'Gurub was the original like level 60 raid, right? Wasn't that in like, was that like Stranglethorn Vale or something? That was before any DLCs. Because I think that was actually the first raid I ever did in any MMO, was Zul'Gurub. Yeah, yep. And it was during Burning Crusade. And well, what happened was I was leveling. I had a level 70 character. It was like a hunter or something, and I was leveling a priest. And I loved healing so much in that game. I'm like a healer through and through when I play these games. But so I was leveling a priest, and I literally leveled the priest as a holy priest through the entirety of my leveling experience with that character. So level 67, and then I was just there for some reason, passing through or whatever, and I saw someone going, into a chat and saying, "Hey, we're doing a raid on Zul'Gurub, like just to see what it's like and everything. Like, come in and join in. We're gonna do the 40 person and all this stuff." It's like, that'll be fun. Be fun to try to heal this, mess around with it. So I joined in. I was level 67. I was the second highest level person. The other person in that group was a level 70. It was like a paladin that was healing as well. So we were the only two healers in this group of like 30 plus people. We were going in like haphazardly to raid. And it was a ton of fun. But I was chatting with that level 70 guy the whole time in there, and he was like complimenting my healing and all this stuff. And I ended up, that guy was at the time I was like 18 playing this game, and that guy was like, he was like 30 something dude, but he had this group that they would raid with every week. They all played WoW, and it was 5 like real life couples that were all friends in real life, and they all played WoW together, and they did like in-game raids that they just farmed every week, and that's what they would do as a group. And he told me, he's like next week we have one person that's gonna be out because they're like on a business trip or something, and he's like, we need someone else. He's like, you got a level 70 character that you can jump into, it was Karazhan. You jump into Karazhan with us. He's like, it'd be fun. And I was like, well, I don't know if I'm very good. He's like, my dude's not geared out or whatever. He's like, it's fine. He's like, we're gonna run you through and you can have all the gear you want. He's like, we don't need any of that. We just he's like, we just need we just want another body. And he's like, it'll be fun to hang out. So I spent the entire week doing the quest chain to get into Karazhan, because that was when every player had to have their own key. So you had to go through this like miserable long quest chain, doing like really hard dungeons and doing all this crazy stuff. So my buddy was helping me complete all these things. Yeah, and I got the key in time. It was an incredible quest chain. It was really cool. And then I joined these dude, and then they started at like 8 o'clock at night. And I remember it was on a weeknight, and I was in high school, and I was like, man, this is a bad idea. I'm going to be up way too late. But I remember I joined the group, and he's like, all right, he's like, get in, he's like, you got Ventrilo? And I was like, yeah, I downloaded it. He's like, go ahead and get in Ventrilo. He gives me his like server number. I couldn't figure out how to access Ventrilo for the life of me. And they're trying to help me in chat, and I couldn't get it. So the dude eventually, he's just like, hey, he's like, just give me your phone number. I'll just call you and I'll explain to you how to get in. He's like, we'll go through it. And I was like, this doesn't sound like a good idea, but okay. So this 35-year-old dude named Steve is explaining to me how to log into Ventrilo and everything. And I get in, and sure enough, I'm chatting with everybody, and they carried me through that entire place. It was like a 2-hour. They spent 2 hours in there. They did everything but the final boss on the roof or whatever, the big demon guy. They one-shot every single boss. I got a piece of gear from every single boss, and give me a social security number to get an event. Yeah. And then like 2 nights later, they did the boss, and I think it took them 3 tries, but it was like 45 minutes, and we had that boss cleared, and like that was it. It was great. It's a ton of fun, and it got my first character a ton of gear, and I was able to like be a beast. Showed off to all my friends all the weird gear he got from that raid, because it was like, oh, it was just like it was like a house. Just like a really strange house with like plays going on, like all these kind of goofy things. Really interesting, but oh yeah, oh that's cool, Big Papa. Yeah, alright. I felt bad because they'd give me a brief explanation of like, okay, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do this. I'm like, alright, I'm ready. And then like 10 seconds in the fight, I'd be dead. And they just like continue on and kill it while I'm just laying on the floor. be able to reach him. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, well, that's... Yeah, I was probably like kid in a candy shop, just like freaking out about the whole thing. Okay, you know what I realized? I'm painting all these minis. There are 4 other minis sitting off the desk that I've been forgetting about this whole time. Alright, I'm gonna grab them. I just did skin. White on their rings here. Okay. That's fine. We can do that. Sort of pop the highlight. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Try. They're not gonna look as good as like the characters or anything, but I want to get these done. What was really funny was getting middle-aged people to quote that song when they have no idea what it means. Okay, let's some skin here. Taking back when the song came out, I was like, the old people got up and were dancing and singing it. Yeah, you are one of the old people. Yeah. We have a family wedding coming up this summer, and I'm really excited for it. Mainly because, you know, it's my nephew getting married, which is exciting, but the painting son is the last wedding we went to. He went completely nuts, and it was incredible. Like through the whole reception, this kid danced. He was just drenched in sweat, non-stop, dancing like an absolute crazy person, and it was amazing to watch. So yeah. don't know enough about Rebel Ranks to make any accurate sign of these like little panel things, whatever they are, but they do. This before. Thanks for coming on and painting. Such a consistent schedule. Super cathartic and chilling. Someone else will. Chilling painting. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, one of the big reasons I started streaming, and like one of the big ideas I had was memories as a kid, like a teenager. Hanging out at my friend's house, and sometimes I would just spend the whole weekend at his house, and I would go over there Friday evening. You know, we'd watch a movie or play some Warhammer or something, and then Saturday morning we'd wake up and we would turn on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. We didn't do this all the time, but I distinctly remember the times we would do this. We would turn on the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended editions, right? All 11 and a half hours of movie. We'd sit in his living room, and they had the like TV dinner trays, you know, that like pop out, and it's like a little table in front of you. We would have those set up, and we would hang out, and we would paint minis through the day while we just chatted and had Lord of the Rings on in the background. And I love that. I remember just like how great it was, like the good memories, like the nostalgia of that, but then also the like how productive I would be. I would get so much done through like that 12-hour period of just like sitting down and painting with something on in the background. And I thought about that, and I was like, you know, I think it was more, I don't think it was the movie being on, because normally, like now anymore, if Lord of the Rings is on, like I'm going to stop and watch that movie. I think it's more like when we're in the company of other people and we're just kind of hanging out and everything, like that, excuse me, really makes a difference. Oh man, makes a difference with kind of like the amount of hobby we get done. So it's easier to paint while we're, you know, kind of chatting and hanging out with friends and stuff. So that's a bit of what I wanted to mimic. Yeah, TV dinner stands. Yeah, you just ordered one on eBay. Hey, there you go. For New Year's Eve this past year, we have a folding, like a collapsible, you know, like a 6 by 2.5 foot table or whatever. We brought that upstairs into the living room, and we set up stuff to paint and painting set. I had a Lego set we put together, and yeah, we all had minis to paint, and we had like snacks, and we made ice cream, and we did all this stuff, and we had the table there. So we turned on the two towers, I think. Yeah, we turned on the two towers, and we had the two towers on while we we painted minis and counted down until midnight. Yeah, it was nice. Pokemon puzzle on the kitchen table right now. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Greenleaf, what's going on? Sunday, what is this? I am painting. Yeah, I do stream on Sunday nights. Yep, that's right. You got me. It happens. Okay. Get that. I know there's a bit of silver I need. Didn't see it before. Building 40k container kits. Oh, okay, nice. Just those like the shipping container doodads. Approved by the ruling family of Mirkwood. Yeah. Hey, Big Papa. Greenleaf Terrain is the guy that paints minis for Steve, the mini wargaming guy that does mountain miniatures. I think he also paints a lot of minis and makes and paints terrain for mini wargaming too. So he's got a repertoire. But in custom. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll probably jump off pretty soon. I think we'll go jump off and raid Crucial Blue. He's still trucking away. Let's get this other one. I'm just doing these highlights on the bigger Mark II lasers here. We'll end up doing some basing material. I'll probably do it tomorrow on my own time. But we have Votan to finish up on stream this week. And if we get that Votan vehicle done, essentially just weathering a land fortress. We get that done, then I think we'll let's see what we gotta paint next for Rebels. I don't think I need any characters. I need some more units painted, so start messing around with lists. Is land fort to paint? I have painted 4 of them so far, and they're not bad. If you've painted one Votan vehicle, I feel like you've painted all the Votan vehicles. It's essentially like the frame of the vehicle covered in like the weird, like big armor plating pieces, and that's just kind of it with the roll cages, right? And that's Votan vehicles in a nutshell. Stone terrain with all wood. One more little thing I can do. A little bit wash to separate out these little insignia markings. Breathing has helped with my painting ability. Oh, nice, yeah. You just hold your breath to paint those details. It happens sometimes. Really good though. Good to hear. You know what I have to do? I have to paint like all the beards and mustaches on these minis that have them. We'll get there real quick. Get this washed down and then we'll go through all of our bearded and mustached troopers. But that'll be good. I mean, we're down to some basing. Kind of easy from there. Let's get a couple colors. We'll get a yellow ochre, a warm gray. You know what's better yet? Let's do this gray-green. Brown on the palette we can use. Dark neutral gray. Cool. You down. Okay, we'll count out beard and mustache guys here. On Facebook, I hear that's where all the old people hang out. Doing okay? Mainly haven't been consistent viewing. It's been a while since I've seen his name. Oh no, he's doing better than well. Yeah, he is. He's busy chat with his girlfriend right now. So been abandoned. Okay, so that's it with beer. Just 2, 4, 6 dudes. Okay. Yeah. No, I actually I saw him on Friday. He came and hung out with the Painting Son and myself. Played some games together. We played Tokaido together, and we also played Mario Kart and Vampire Survivors. That's a good start. Also, we got lunch at a place called, that is a Korean and Mexican fusion restaurant. You have my attention, yeah. Yep. Their name was a play on words about tacos, which was pretty great, but I got they have a very limited menu. It almost seemed like a food truck, but I got a Korean fried chicken burrito. And it was Korean fried chicken with the kind of gochujang sauce. And they had they make their own refried beans. They had a Korean coleslaw on there. They had cheese. There was rice. Yeah, and they had this really good dipping sauce. It was really sweet dipping sauce. That was pretty crazy. Would definitely eat there again, if given the chance. You've done most of Mini Wargaming's terrain, yeah. Yeah, I would hear Greenleaf's name so many times, so often over the years, watching Mini Wargaming videos. And then he just comes in here and screams at me whenever I stream. And, you know, it's like, wow, Greenleaf terrain. And I was just like, this is the guy just harasses me every other day of the week. I hear his name in my sleep. Yeah, 0 to 40k, yeah. Oh, man. It's fine. It's fine. You don't like you used to like continually do it during the same stream. It'd get a little annoying when you were doing that, but otherwise, like now you come in to make a comment, but that's fine. Just looking for 0 to 1000, 0 to 40k. Yeah. Oh dang. Yep. Stash Superman. Big Papa, thank you for gifting us up. Hey, Big Papa, go to the Hall of Fame and Discord and pick a mini off the pinned Google Drive. The mini is yours. It'll get your name on it. From any of my armies. You can have multiple minis in the same army, doesn't matter. Take recommendations for other dads. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. Beans. I think I finally locked in a good Cuban black bean recipe. Oh, nice. Okay. Alright. Pick one out in your honor. Alright. That's what you want, but it'd take this kid forever to pick something. Pick the most grotesque mini he can find at the list. Alright. Alright, I'll talk to him tomorrow about it. $40K commissions. Yeah, as far as 40K goes, yeah, just the Votann right now. I'm excited he'll learn the word grotesque. Yeah, yeah. I don't have Dark Eldar grotesque, unfortunately, because I'm not shilling out for what was those awful Finecast minis that don't exist anymore. Maybe Dark Eldar will get something in 11th edition, but I doubt it. You're thinking of the Racks, not the Grotesques. The Grotesque got a Finecast mini at some point between like 2012 and 2015, and they never got an update, and now they're no longer in the Dark Eldar roster. Oh, Duke Sliskus. Yeah, Duke Sliskus was the man. He was my favorite. Hey Midwest, how you doing? Welcome in. He was the Snake. He was the David Bowie in space. That's all. Didn't want to hurt nobody. David Bowie in space. There was a Dark Eldar character called Duke Sliskus, and he was a pirate king that was like super eccentric even for Dark Eldar standards, and kind of just the way he was described, everybody called him David Bowie in space, which I believe was that a Flight of the Conchords song? But he would do stuff like he would write poetry, you know, that was like something he loved to do, but he would do it in like he would write it by carving it into the backs of like slaves that they would take. You know, and he's like, oh yeah, look at my pretty poem, and just, you know, stuff like that. He was one of my favorite characters to run. I actually converted an Archon mini to have into him so I could run him. He was a WYSIWYG. You had a Talos, the old Talos, like the metal one. Yeah, big block of pewter, yeah. Games Workshop was really cool when they had the Dark Eldar Codex release in 5th. When they redid everything, and some of the minis, or the units that eventually got minis, like within 6 months or whatever, they had concept artwork of them in the codex, but they didn't show the actual movie, but they had artwork. And I remember specifically the Talos, because the original Talos mini was just like a robotic scorpion. I think there's like a person strapped like on the bottom of it, that's like the person controlling of it, but you can't see it if you're just looking at the mini from the top, if I remember correctly. Just like big metal scorpion. Well, the way they showed it in the artwork in the 5th edition codex, they're like you know it's going to be redone. It looks nothing like the old Talos, but they made it look like a scorpion. And then they released the model about, it was like 6 months later or so. The actual plastic Talos Mini, the one we have right now. And it is so different from the classic Talos. It looks so good. Such a fantastic mini. It's wild. There's so much going on. Tons of customizable bits to make it look crazy. But it's like a completely mutated dude with, like, you know, chemicals being injected into him. And yeah, he has the scorpion tail thing, and he's not quite upright and has like the shell on his back. But it is not a scorpion. Like, in no way. Like, it is way different. Yeah, it's night and day difference between those minis. So it was very cool. Oh man, guys, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna raid out, and we're gonna raid Crucial Blue. Because he's awesome. And he's streaming tonight, which is kind of an unusual thing. He normally streams on Mondays, but I know he's had some hiccups with his stream. So we're gonna go say hi to Crucial Blue. If you guys don't follow him, give him a follow, say hi, show him some love. And yeah, Crucial Blue. And yeah, we'll go say hi. And I will be streaming on Tuesday, normal time. Painting Sun will be joining me because he is out of school, so he's going to join me on stream for a bit. And yeah, we'll be hanging out, having a good time. But otherwise, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Have a good Memorial Day, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. 0 to 40K, Big Papa, Greenleaf. See you guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody. Probably actually send the raid here. All right, see you guys.